built on family and a deep commitment to Catholic education. Tonight's Treasure Ball, our salute to an era, commemorates 70 extraordinary years, bringing each era to life and ensuring this unique tradition continues for generations to come.
So if you don't know, Treasure Ball is a long-standing tradition with O'Connell High School. It is a Mardi Gras pageant that is put on every year for now 70 years, raising money for O'Connell High School. O'Connell High School is the only Catholic high school in Galveston. It originally was 3 separate schools, so Treasure Ball was actually started for Kerwin High School, which was the all-boys school, which is where O'Connell is currently housed. And they did it to raise money for the Catholic high school here.
40 years of tradition and celebrating a legacy that was built over those 40 years. This evening representing 40 years of Treasure Ball. Salute to an era.
So my family has been involved in Treasure Ball in multiple different ways. My father was in it in 1970, so he was a student of Kerwin and O'Connell High School, and he was able to participate as a prince in 1970. And my husband's family has been a long-standing member. His great aunt was actually on the board for several years. His mother actually was on the board for as long as I can probably remember. And then it turned into me. So I've actually been doing it for about over 20 years, helping her, working with her, and then I've been the chairperson for about 11. So beyond the capes and trains and all the fancy mirrors and sequins that you see, Treasure Ball really represents a lot of family tradition. A lot of the people who are in Treasure Ball have been in it since they were little. Now their children are in it, even some of their grandparents were in it, and it just really represents community and a good cause to help raise money for the Catholic high school here. So in past Treasure Balls, there have been a lot of moments I feel like that have been meaningful to me, but I would say more recently it was getting to be the last person that got to speak to both of my sons. They were both king. My youngest was king this year on the 70th, which was super awesome, and getting to have a one-on-one with them right before they get to walk down the aisle and up on stage, I feel like was something that no one else gets to do. And so it was probably my favorite thing that I've ever been able to do, and I'm grateful that I've been able to be the chairperson during their times in it so that I could have that special moment with them. Participating in Treasure Ball is such an important part of not only O'Connell High School but of Galveston. Putting their children in it and getting them to allow to experience all of the grandeur that it is so meaningful and such a special family memory that I hope that in the future and Treasure Ball can continue for the next 100 years by allowing people to participate.
Well, for those people that are unfamiliar, the San Luis Salute is the largest Mardi Gras party in Texas for Mardi Gras. It's a black tie event, very high end. It's pretty much a who's who of anyone in Texas and really a lot of the nation that come to this party. It is by invitation only. It's hosted by the Fertitta family every year, and this is our 29th year to have the San Luis Salute. Tillman bought the hotel in 1996?
1996.
And our first San Luis Salute was 1997. That was before me. But one thing to know about the Fertitta family is that Joy Fertitta is from New Orleans. And so Mardi Gras is super special to her. She loves Mardi Gras. She's instilled that love of Mardi Gras into her children. And when Tillman bought this hotel, he wanted to be Mardi Gras Central, and I think that's how the San Luis Salute came about.
Michelle, one of the things that I think we do well on this is that we always critique the event. This will be our 29th San Luis Salute, and we've got notes that go back to the very first one, and we always learn from that. We take, wow, what went so well, what the guests seriously enjoyed, and then maybe tweak a little to just continue to make it better. But it's great. We take the exhibit hall at our city's convention center, the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort, and we transform it into man, just from cement floors and more of an industrial look of a exhibit hall, and really just make it such a palatial and beautiful ballroom. That's quite a feat.
You know, not to mention the world-class entertainment that we bring in for the salute. We also bring in national acts every year. We've had Maroon 5, Pitbull, Usher, just to name a few. And that really does set us apart from all the other Mardi Gras balls.
You know, it's interesting to see how the event has grown. We used to do it here at the San Luis Hotel in our ballroom, which is 6,000 square feet. At what point we even took out the windows of the ballroom to expand it into the pre-function area, and it just has grown every year. Now we're maxed out at 2,000 people, but that's what moved the event to the convention center. So yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and better.
And the Fertitta family, they're the heart of the event. They really are. You know, the children are now adults, they're married, they have children. They've been, you know, participating in the San Luis Salute. As little kids, they would just come in ahead of time and look at it. And then as they got older, they attended. And now they're the ones that are planning this event. So it's fun to see how it's evolved and changed. And they bring a new perspective because they are a different generation. You know, just tie into tradition, there's so many people that the San Luis Salute is a Mardi Gras tradition for them. I mean, we have people that have been coming since the very first one, and they're still coming. And they don't consider Mardi Gras without without the San Luis Salute. So we have become a tradition. And you know, for that first time person that's attending the San Luis Salute, first of all, it's a big deal to be able to get in because we are sold out. Like right now, we're sold out for 2027. I mean, we have such a following and people that come every year that we can't send an invitation out because we wouldn't be able to accommodate everyone. So that first timer is like, wow, I finally made it. And we hope that when they walk in the room, they're like, this is the best thing I've ever been to. You know, and for that person that's been there for the last 29 years, the goal is that they leave saying, this is the best San Luis Salute that we've ever been to. So the San Luis Salute is really a celebration of community, tradition, and world-class hospitality. And we're just so proud to host this here in Galveston.
So we would describe the atmosphere at our party lively. Lively, crazy, it's crazy lively. There's three.
Mardi Gras night in 3 words for us is chaotic, comfortable, and fun.
So our family's Mardi Gras party started as we got a little older and just wasn't comfortable being in the big crowds anymore and wanted to still celebrate, but just not be around the big crowds.
Mardi Gras for us is a tradition that goes back generations. Both sides of our family have been in Galveston generations back, so it's really nice to be able to participate in something that we know people in our family have been in.
I would say some of the things we have to do every year or it's not Mardi Gras, is my wife's red beans and rice. She makes great red beans and rice.
So our friends will say, we're looking forward to Mardi Gras because we want your red beans and rice, or we want your crawfish deviled eggs. So that's pretty much it. If I don't make those things and our friends don't get to eat them once a year, it's not Mardi Gras. It's a party. It's another way to just celebrate a life moment. That it's just a little more festive. And there's so many ways on the island to do it.
Someone hasn't ever celebrated Mardi Gras before and they don't think it's for them. I just encourage them to give it a try. And there's a lot of different ways they can celebrate Mardi Gras here in Galveston. They could go to the parades. They could go to any of the balls, the crew balls or the Tillman Fertitta's balls. They could go to O'Connell's Treasure Ball. There's just so many different ways for someone to celebrate Mardi Gras depending on what their comfort level is.
Since 1907, Moody National Bank has been your trusted financial partner. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve you. Experience personalized banking with modern solutions and expert guidance. Visit moodybank.com today.